Good afternoon all. This is Dr. S. Ramya, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology. Today we are going to see about the topic is validating requirements. So validating requirements is the process of ensuring that the document requirements accurately reflect the stakeholder needs. So based on the customer needs, how the requirement will be satisfied to the software product. It is valid or not from the customer side. And they are complete, correct, consistent, feasible and as well as stable before system design and development begin. So objectives of the requirement validations, it is mainly used for the detect the errors, omissions and ambiguities early, ensure the requirements are feasible within the constraints and as well as the confirm the alignment with business goals, reduce the costly rework during the later stages, improve the overall software quality. So these are the requirements validation throughout the software product. So techniques involved in the requirements validation is nothing but reviews and inspections, prototyping, that is nothing but a model, use case validation, test case generations, requirements traceability matrix, that is the RTM. Steps in the requirements validations: review the requirement documentation based on the customer needs and identify the errors and inconsistencies. Discuss the issues with the stakeholders. Even though there is the issues found in the particular phase, immediately we need to rectify them in the particular phase itself, or otherwise next phase will be affected. Revise the requirements if needed. Obtain the formal approval, that is a sign off from the customer based product. Baseline the validated requirements. So afterwards we need to finalize the validated requirements which is needed to complete the particular product. So validation versus verification, that is the difference between validations and verifications. Validation is nothing but are we building the right systems. Verification is nothing but are we building the system right. This is focus on the user needs. This is a focus on the correctness of the implementations on the customer side. Done before the development, done during or after the development based on the customer needs. Importance in software engineering: it prevents the misunderstanding, reduces the project failure risk, improves the customer satisfactions, it saves the time and cost during the particular level to complete the product. That is, the validation plan is nothing but first we need to use the requirement specifications, that is URS, functional specifications, design qualifications as well as the testing, installation qualifications, operational qualifications, performance qualification. So these are the validation plan has to identify by the software before delivery to the particular customer whether it is a working or not. Afterwards we deliver the customer at right time. So mind map is nothing but validate the quantitative as well as the qualitative. Quantitative is nothing but is focused on a measurable numerical data, that is what is happening and how much often the statistical confidence. Qualitative is nothing but focus on the understanding, insights and the reason why things happen, how the user feel based on the customer product. These two approaches have to complement each other. Qualitative often discovers the issues and generate the hypothesis, while quantitative validates them at a scale and measurable impact. Quantitative approach is nothing but structured survey with close-ended questions, collect the response from the dozens to thousands of the user to identify the patterns, preference, satisfaction levels as well as the agreement rates statistically. A/B testing is nothing but the gold standard for casual validation in live environments, as well as the show the different versions better on key metrics, provide the high confidence and scalable evidence. Data analysis, analyzing the existing behavioral data, that is a look at the funnels, drop off points, user flows, cohorts, retention curves to validate the real world usage without running the new experiments. Metrics monitoring, continuous tracking of core KPI used for ongoing validations purpose after launch or during the iterative improvements. Pilot test is nothing but small scale to control the rollout, collect the early quantitative signals before full release to the reduce the risk. Qualitative is nothing but usability testing, that is user performs a realistic task on the prototype live product while being observed. Identify the confusions, errors before we can to be implemented. Just we need to identify the customer pain points. User feedback is nothing but collect the open-ended opinions via interviews, feedback forms. Next one is eye tracking, advanced method using the hardware software to record the whether where the user looks rebuilds attention patterns, whether the key elements are noticed, and identify the hierarchy based issues. Heuristic analysis, experts evaluate the interface against the established using the usability principles. Fast, low cost way to find the issues before user testing. Pilot user test, that is a small scale qualitative testing with early user, often used for prototypes or to gather the rich stories and iterative quickly. Usability test, reiterated and as well as the reinforces that moderated usability testing is a cornerstone qualitative validation technique. So these are the mind map of the qualitative as well as the quantitative validations before we need to identify the customer product. Yes, thank you.